It's the Cable MTGO Show.
Talk about a climactic card. What about Channel? Like Channel, like people complain about Channel Emrakul and stuff and getting cheesed by it. But at least you're putting some skin in the game, right? You're paying 15 fucking life. And your Channel at a certain point becomes dead because the opponent eventually deals damage, and then it's like a dead top deck. And then your deck just doesn't work. Time Vault doesn't really have that. A lot more miserable in my opinion. After all that Channel defense, I think I'm supposed to draft it here. It's not the best card in the pack. That's probably like Oko, Palace Jailer, or something. But it's the card I feel like drafting. And that's good enough for me. Chrome Mox could lead us to the turn 1 channel. Very Mox-friendly cube. All the initiative stuff running around. Faster games does lead to more drafts, yeah. Where were you last draft? Thinking about Pyrogoyf, thinking about Smuggler's Copter. Do really like that Pyrogoyf card. Could take Vista and just like kind of stay open. I think Vista's fine here. We don't really have a reason to jump on a second color just yet. Wow, that is a late White Plume Adventurer. And it's going to be in a deck with a bunch of dorks, so we can just like play it turn 2. This card should almost never be going 4th pick. And now I kind of wish I'd grabbed the Palace Jailer, but that's alright. Hey, Bears ate my family. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to the 9 months there. Appreciate you. Oh, man. This song makes me want a whiskey. People have not forgotten that White Plume Adventure is busted. At least my opponents have not. I've faced this card so many times. I did win that last one, Mobius, yeah. Opponent stalled out on 3 lands in the second game. So game 1 almost went to decking. Game 2, they just kind of died to a 3-1. You got a 10th pick? White Plume? Jesus. Card's better than Oko. How attached am I to this channel? Not very. I'm gonna grab this Temple Garden anyway. Another option, like I do think Boros is better than Green-White. Another option is just like taking the Lightning Bolt, right? Just being like, okay. Shift and plan. Yeah, fuck it. Give me the bolt. Give me the bolt. If we see an Emrakul in this pack, maybe we'll shift back, but... Oh, wow. So Ocelot Pride is a really good threat, as is Death Creature's Champion. I think Death Creature's Champion's really good in this cube. But we're going to take the Ancient Tomb so we can turn 1 the White Plume Adventure. That's what we're going to do. Who else is up? Following the Rovin trade. Yeah, staff and ending makes sense. I'm going to take the Metamorph. Because just like playing more initiative creatures is always good. You just move quicker through the track. Have I ever played the Glenmore board game? What are you talking about? Clan chiefs compete for glory and profit in the Scottish Highlands. Looks kind of cool. Ooh, back-to-back whiskey songs. Glenmore 2 looks better visually. Gotcha. Yeah, Wasteland would be fucked up with this start. Archon would be another, like, sick card that we could play turn 1, but I'm gonna grab that Athari. Athari makes me feel good for jumping into red. I like Bloodbraid Challenger a lot, but not enough to add another color. We're going to keep this mana base nice and clean. Looks like I don't have any whiskey downstairs. So many folk songs about drinking. This is indeed the Punch Brothers. You have a good year. Wow, the Copter came back. Copter's nice because it's like something I can play turn 1 off the Chrome Mox or the Ancient Tomb, right? So what we want more than anything is fast mana, and then after that, oh, the Pride came back. The Pride came back. I think I consider Pride an early pick, but I mean, I guess we're getting White Plume fourth. That makes sense in my wheel. Yeah, what we really want besides more fast mana, more Moxit and stuff is the other 4 mana adventure critters. Just more of this. They're all busted. Love that Boodle Skirt. You have some bourbon barrel-aged cider in the card. Nice, Fuzz Nuts. That sounds real tasty. Oh, I didn't know that the Nickel Creek person was also in Punch Brothers. I had no idea. I'm a little tempted by the Sea Eagles of the North. You know, it's kind of like a Plains that pitches to Chrome Mox. I'm going to grab the Clamp, though. Yeah, I've got a couple Nickel Creek tracks on this playlist. Gemstone Caverns has been really good for me. I don't know if I take it over Plateau or Strip Mine, though. Right? Like, I've probably got to take Plateau or Strip Mine. But Gemstone Caverns has been very good. It's another one of those Chrome Mox type cards. You think Caverns is going to wheel? Wouldn't that be nice? If you can count on the Caverns wheeling, are you taking Strip Mine or Plateau here? I'm going to take the Strip Mine. I think the Plateau is more likely to wheel than Gemstone. Affiliate Blink's pretty good with adventure stuff, huh? Are we Detective Phoenixing ever? Is Elspeth any good? Elspeth launching stuff could be good. Get the initiative back. Phoenix is good to bend to like Inti and Copter. Maybe there's something there. Oh, I don't want Dark Depths in this shell. Not even a little bit. This song's been stuck in your head all week and you have no idea why. I like it a lot. There's a couple of versions on this playlist. I like how there's like some fast, like semi-complex instrumentation going on. But then the lyrics also have this like somber vibe about them. Nice mixture of energies. March is solid. Yeah, Hasty Flyers. Hasty Flyers are pretty good in this cube, I think. Lose the Emrakul for the channel, huh? Caretaker's in the wrong color. Not too late to swing back. Since we found Emmy, yeah. I've done crazy shit like that before. Not really a cube for fucking around in, though. So a Johnny is better than Bombardiers with our Clamp. They're really good together. It's a real shame to see them in the same pack together here. I think in general Broadside is better, but a Johnny is really good with Clamp. It's worth thinking about. What are the people drafting? Probably some black and blue cards, huh? Hey, the Caverns came back. Hell yeah. All right, pack 3. Show me the Moxen. Let's go. You know, I haven't gotten a Gleemox yet. This would be a good time for one. Mana Crypt would be solid. Already a lot of colorless mana in the mana base. So I would take a non-color Mox over a Mana Crypt right now. But if we take in the Plateau over the Strip Mine, maybe that'd be inverted. Just grabbing a Swords of Plowshares here. There's worse pickups. Thinking about Heat versus Stormseeker. I wonder if Probe's interesting. Just throw a Probe in. We're already losing some life to Ancient Tomb. Simeon Spirit Guide. It's not a Mox, but I'm into it. How many more playables we need? Like 4 or 5? Oh wow, this playlist has lost 20 videos over the years. Mox Diamond, the old Chrome Mox Diamond deck. Let's jam it. I think I'm supposed to grab this Parallax Wave, just let it be a thing. Using that Stoneforge Mystics wheeling. Just in case. Legion Extruder is very low on my pick order Banana Loaf. One of the worst cards in the cube that occasionally shows up. I think I got about as much Piddly Burn as I want. Thinking about Firebolt. I think there's matchups where we might want Reclamation. We've got some nice loots for it too, right? Into Copter. Just in case. That's Kefia charging for it. Common among supporters of Palestine. That's a bear that believes in self-determination. Human rights and all that. A lot of double whites here. I don't necessarily want to jam into the deck. Pack 3 has been kind of a stinker. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that. Just need a couple playables. I guess I don't mind playing the Reclamation maybe. Let's get the Zumazawas in here, huh? Wow, the Stoneforge did come back. Okay, now we're playable flush, huh? Wow, those wheels. I think the Sunblessed Healer's coming out. I kind of like the Recursion. I kind of like the Lifelink, but we're doing a little bit better than that with Umazawas, right? That we can tutor up. What kind of stip do you want to do, Teeny? Certainly open to a stip tonight. Always down to make a few extra bucks, huh? I kind of dig this Glimmer Lens. One more way to draw cards. It's also like multiple permanents for Bombardiers and such. Maybe I'll cut the Elspeth. Do we like this March? Maybe keep the March, cut the Firebolt. I think you can loot away the Firebolt, but could just do this. You're not a huge Phoenix fan? I kind of dig it. The Eagles and stuff. So this is 8 white mana, 7 red mana. The mana is actually better than that, right? Because the Mox Diamond and Chrome Mox can fix. Hey, Lazy Destroyer, thanks to the sub, thanks to 39 months. You got some much needed good results from your Onk last week. Fuck cancer. I'll cheers to that, Lazy. Fuck cancer. Oh, I get another land. Very cool. You want to cut Simeon Spirit Guides? No. Not that kind of deck. So we've got turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic for our 7 mana thing. I don't think that's good enough. Maybe if it was turn 1, right? Like one of these lands was a Mox Diamond. Then I'd be excited about it. I'm going to send this back. Hey. I just wish we were on the play. That matches well up against the Glimmer Lens. Turn 1 3 drops pretty good. This one's not as good as like a Rabble Master or something, but let's see if they want to spellbomb my Bone Crusher now. A random deck that trophied this cube against a random deck that 5-0'd a recent Modern League, which is more likely to win. My brain hasn't really been on Modern in a bit. Let me... Oh, Modern. I was like, what does the Modern meta look like right now? Oh, yeah. Yeah, what this deck is doing is just going to be like way more consistent than there's going to be vintage cube decks that are also doing this, but they're not going to do it as consistently as this, you know, because it's a constructed deck. And this is like one of the better things to be doing in the vintage cube. So if you're just taking random trophy against random trophy, the vintage cube decks are obviously higher, right? The ceiling's higher because you've got power and stuff in there. But a random 3-0 doesn't necessarily mean that your deck's powered to the 9s or whatever, and you're not going to draw your 1 Mox or Soul Ring or whatever every game. This is why Mox Diamond does not take up a spell slot, or a land slot, rather. We did have Ancient Tomb Wastelanded this game. So we're stalled on mana here a little bit, but in an ideal world, we'd have 5 mana. What are they passing with, huh? Opponent's at 10, they can't just never block, huh? Not too bad. I think I want like one more cheap burn spell from what I saw. On the draw, eh? I have wanted to keep the Chrome Mox and just like see how fast I can play a Glorybringer and just like turn 2 dragon. Next turn I'd like to go Inti Crew Copter. And then get the loot on, get the Inti trigger on before playing my land. Likely following up with Ancient Tomb Umezawa's, but if the Inti trigger flips over a land, maybe I'll play that instead. Maybe I'll collect 1 value. Maybe we should be playing Gemstone Constructed more. Yeah, right? I really liked it in the Eldrazi aggro decks in Modern. Try that out, I guess. Hell yeah, Flaming Cheetos. They seem awesome. Right. Alright, that was a port equip. One's just over there like, okay. No, draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 Maybe the Copter can loot away the Inti. Taking a lot of damage from this Ancient Tomb, Awkward ass spot, There's something to getting the Glory Banger down and then being able to metamorph the Glory Banger on a future turn. It is a very jacked rabbit. Am I just playing a defensive Glory Bringer? I'd lose 2, go to fucking 9. I think the plan here is to rip a land, and then I can metamorph, equip Umezawa's. Man, this is too much damage, huh? It's 4 damage. Just thinking here. Looking kind of dead, Well, Glorybringer could exert on the Esper Sentinel, and then the Umezawa's can gain me 4 life. And then the Rebel token chumps, and I stay at 1. It's kind of miserable, huh? A little on the miserable side of things. That leaves me dead on board. So now I go up to 5. I don't get the exert on the Esper Sentinel, right? So I go up to 5, chump here, take 5. Yeah, that rabbit sure was annoying. I don't know if it was more annoying than that Caracas. I'm just gonna cut in team. Feel like you can at least flash it on the random turn. I think Athari is too good to cut. I guess I could cut Athari for Elspeth. The life gain of Athari is really nice, though. Let's go ahead and cut Gemstone Caverns. Because we're on the play here. I'm cutting Inti because it's weak into Caracas, Sizzy Man. I'm considering cutting Athari, too. Really hate getting Caracas locked. I'm gonna send it back. Hey, there we go. I think it would have been the Spirit Guide. Philia is a legend. It's a little bit less obnoxious than Inti, because you can flash it in their end of turn. They're not necessarily expecting it with Caracas. Whereas with Inti, you have to play it past the turn. They have like their whole plant turn. I have a feeling this Ocelot Pride is going to look kind of good. That's just the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, it's kind of like Ragavan in that way, where you can just like follow it up with a removal spell to make sure it gets in. Okay. Now we get to attack and draw a card. Umezawa's is a way for the Ocelot Pride to produce, even if it can't get in. Umezawa's is also just like good on a first striker too, Little worried about a sweeper. I'm not worried about that one. possible I shouldn't be loading up the Ocelot. Makes a removal spell on Ocelot a lot better than if I put the Umzawas on one of the cat tokens here. The first strike Umzawas is better if they played out a flash creature. But I think overall it should have been on one of the cat tokens. Yeah, get your loot on. This might be a Hardcast Eagles game, huh? Or the City's Blessing. How about that? There's Ancient Tomb, slam Eagles next turn. Jump all the kitties. Loran. Really? Okay. Kill him again. That's such a bad sign for them if their best line was to try and bounce it with Caracas. Yeah, if they kill my 2/2, we still get in for 5. Flashback Firebolt here. Yeah. I like the idea of Sabine Spirit Guide letting me play a 3-drop on turn 2. I dislike the idea of not having red mana after that for follow-up plays, huh? Let's send that back. Oh no, the Cavern's on the play! No! It got me. Hey, here we go. Now this is a turn 1 play. The old Mold 5 on the play. Turn 1 White Plume. I mean, it already gave me a card back. No, my creature, my non-token creature of my choice. No, it's gonna steal my thing. God, this March fucking sucks here, huh? You'd think you'd be able to hit most things at this stage of the game. All right, we just need a hasty creature now. Come on. I feel like I'm getting punished for not scrying, I shouldn't be F6ing. Yeah, a lot of hasty critters in the deck. Come on, deck. Come on, hasty critters. Come on. That's not an Athari. That's not a Glorybringer. Opponent's about to spit out a 4/2. Liliana's been to Traxum. We'd strip to Plains. Alright, y'all gotta admit, this has been a few lanes in a row, huh? Opponent's like hard casting Mirror Battlesphere over there. Well, if you play a turn 1 White Plume Adventurer and then literally nothing else for the rest of the game, you can lose to a removal spell, which is apparently what happened to us here. Alright. Not likely to happen, but you know it can. It can. This turn one's not nearly as good. We also don't have a white source for white cards that we rip. But at least we have red mana for the red cards in our hand, right? If we rip a mountain off the top, we can play the Phoenix. It doesn't have to be a plains. Seems like an awesome card to bin. We didn't hit a land, but we did get closer to one hum. No, my bird! You fucking bones pile. That was my favorite bird. Not gonna bin into here because I want this plains, right? I don't want to discard it. Miracling Metamorphosis Fanatic. I did that to someone the other day, and it does not feel good to have it done to you. Now we trade with the Metamorph, they just get it back with Emperor Bones. Yeah, that's the block I'd make too. One Inti versus the world. Liliana here to make me look stupid. It is Futz Nuts. I mentioned that when I brought the screen up. Was not trying to mislead anybody. Yeah, my buddy Stav is going to be joining us as well, Nicole. I didn't think you'd mind. We'll have 4 people in the car. He messaged me. I was like, you should probably get your ticket soon because they might just straight up sell out. And he messaged me that night, and he's like, yo, I got my ticket. And then I got a message from the TO, and he was like, yep, we're sold out. So he might have gotten one of the literal last couple. Yeah, my good friend Stav is coming with us, Nicole. I thought. No, it's the one you were thinking of. I was just teasing. All right, you win. Man, this sure felt like a 3-0 deck. It looked like one on paper, huh? And then we had the turn 1 White Plume Adventure. I don't know why I'm playing the Chrome Mox now. I was like, if I play the Chrome Mox and imprint the Eagles, then I could bin the Eagles and go get my Surveil land, and wait a minute. Not a bad start, though, huh? I think this is going to be one of those 2-1s where we just have, like, 2 really strong-looking matches and one stinker. That's a good answer to a Ocelot Pride, huh? But at least I have some follow-up here. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Leaves of Grass, that motherfucker. Excuse me? When I was in college, for our final project in our American Lit course, we could write a piece that's in like the style of one of the people that we'd read, and I chose to write a poem in the style of Whitman. But I've been reading a ton of William S. Burroughs at the time, and it was like in between the two. And the teacher let us read. They let us like stand up and do like a live reading. Anyone that wanted to. And I think that's the most successful public performance I've done of anything in my life. Everyone went from like being really nervous about the final to like just hearing this filthy sewage coming out of my mouth. And then the style of Whitman. Fucking ace that test. With that professor, I asked him for help because I was originally planning on going to grad school. And I was like, do you have any tips and stuff? He's like, nah, it's a crapshoot. Absolute crapshoot. Good luck. I was like, all right, thanks. I publicly perform as a job? Yeah, sort of. Not the same kind of performance, in comparison to, like, reading poetry or whatever. That's a lot of blockers. And none of my shit has trample. So that's annoying. Maybe I can draw a haste creature? I guess. Oh, the burrows is the important part of that IRL doodle. I don't think I could get away with reading that one on Twitch. When you apply for mortgages or loans or whatever, do you have to explain in length what you do for a living? Oh yeah. When I applied for my mortgage, my mortgage handler like took a screenshot of my live stream to include in the package. And then he sent me a message and was like, "Hey, do you have any more like info on what you do and stuff?" And I was like pretty prepared for that, so I had letters from my business connections, which is like Twitch had sent me a letter saying that we had a business relationship, and someone at Tempo Storm sent me a letter that verified that as well. And then I had Twitch is really good at one thing in particular, and that's giving its streamers all the data. Like it realizes that like seeing numbers go up is like a satisfying thing, and it's like part of what makes streaming so fun. And so Twitch gives you all the stats to look at. And that made it real easy to like do this like 6-page long write-up of my business history and projected growths and all that stuff. Could literally just screen cap all of their charts and make it look like I was on top of things. Hey, Fun Petal Grove, thanks for 4 months there. Happy December to you too. You would think wrong, Skizzer. Streamers are known among like millennials and younger. That is not what the banking industry is made of. People that are keyed into all that. I was kind of surprised they traded with the 3-3 there instead of eating the 2-2 with their 4-3. It was going to draw them a card too at end of turn, right? Because I'm getting the Monarchy here. I remember when I was first applying for apartments. I was first moving out of my buddy's place. I finally had enough money to just like proving my income was a big hassle in a lot of places. Are you sure you don't have pay stubs? Yeah, I'm self-employed. I get paid through PayPal. So that's a no? Yes, that's a no. And then I managed to find a building manager who's like very aware of Twitch. And she's like, oh yeah, that's fine. There's like night and day difference. Good luck, Daniel Talk Time. Would it make sense to set up an LLC and pay yourself a salary? Some streamers do that. I've had some tax people tell me that that'd be a waste of time, and I've had other tax people tell me that it would make sense. But it's something that I haven't like quite followed through on yet. It would make more sense if I was still growing. But I'm in this comfortable plateau. I think I'm cutting the bird here for the Judgment. Judgment's just such a clean answer to a Nadu hum. Not targeting him with what? Time Spiral untap 6 lands, Light Taker. They would have had 7 mana post Time Spiral. Right, Venusaur, there were like 3 or 4 years when I was first exploding where it would have made sense to make a corp and give myself a salary. And it's probably just not the case anymore. You would think the LLC component would help protect assets from potential legal action. What assets do you think are in my business, friend? My gaming rig? My fucking... the rights to my logo that I paid like $300 for. Oh, sure, Teeny Stream. You're going to take some legal action to find out? Coming for them. Whatever those assets are. Twitch chat's coming for them. Well, I was planning on playing this White Plume on 2. I no longer want to do that. I like want it and I don't want it. Hey Tiny, thanks for a $20 donation. Is Nadu good? Hell yeah. Put a knot pumping into Hex Drinker. Makes me think they got some kind of something here, huh? Sure. Right. Yeah, if you attack with a Rebel token, you get to draw a card, but then draw a card too. Who wants to do that, right? Who wants to?